Okay, today we're going to be starting the Sims 3 episode. Now, probably what you're going to be seeing is the town, and basically I'm going to try and pick a good location to build a house, start building a house. Now, my current household, now I was just making so I could get this town started up and running for you guys before things started going and getting good complication, but most of it's pretty good, and I'm probably going to decide to build it somewhere over, as you see here, my audio didn't quite work with OBS, didn't quite record the audio from my voices in some cases, which would probably be better fixed, not in the audio department, but um, in that sense. Well, I'm going to start trying to build closer right. As you see, I passed over where I was going to plan on building, but I'm just kind of showing you what the town kind of looks like and what it currently feels for. I'm going to I'm going to kind of speed this. I'm not going to speed this up, but I'm going to build over in the kind of that vicinity I didn't like. I didn't like over in some of the over the areas like I decided to build in that area right here. I was gonna change a lot, but I'm not gonna change a lot. I'm not gonna change anything about it. Now, you might see clipping of the video because I didn't have it set optimal, but you'll probably see better on it next video, next episode. I am for sure about that. It's just me had to figure out how to set up things for it. So we're gonna kind of build a house. I was gonna go with a foyer with a 6x6 house. Now I didn't quite where I had it positioned. I was getting it to position here. Um, you guys are probably going to see as we'll see a speed build of this at a 4 times speed at the end. If you guys don't want to see it, it's just basically just outtake. It's just a speed up time. Just to show you kind of what it looks like sped up. But see, I was going to build a hallway there, and I decided I was going to continue to keep moving it up forward and move it so that it looked like somewhere I could put something. And so I'm going to kind of it was 8x6. I was trying to get it a 6x6. What you're gonna see here is I'm just gonna speed up on the process of where I'm going to make the layout of the house. You guys really don't need to see how big it is, but what I'm doing is to make sure that the house kind of feels and more of a process of a house. So I'm going to speed it up here, and we'll be right back. Okay, after you guys kind of saw that, we're gonna kind of put in some. I'm kind of showing you where the foyer's at. The foyer. This is kind of the house. I'm kind of just the foyer. The foyer's kind of right there where you guys can kind of see that big 6x6 that we started out with, and we have our master bathroom right next to our master bedroom. Now there's going to be a second bathroom right next to the master bathroom, the smallest room that you see in the house, and then you have that big large thing that I circled over is going to be our living room slash. It was going to be my living room slash the dining room, and then I kind of decided to make a bigger shape, bigger extend out the hallway, you'll kind of see that I'm kind of, you might see this in later on, but you'll notice that I am trying to get the building to run correctly. I'm kind of, man, I'm wanting to make it a little bit odd shaped in the house. I don't want it to be too bad. I don't want it to be too. As you can see, I'm trying to kind of give it a, kind of make it look more realistic. Kind of make it look even, because most houses do look even. Not necessarily quite all the time, but I kind of like leave the kitchen kind of, make the angles look really nice and sharp, and that's where you kind of see that the hall kind of looks it's getting there, it's getting better. But in the next kind of, well, what you're kind of seeing is kind of seeing that my OBS wasn't kind of doing really well for this. It was kind of like my audio didn't quite work out, because I didn't quite mess with OBS right when I started streaming, and I should have. But it's a fatal mistake that I make. So it's a mistake that I make, and I can fix that. I might just save this as a pre-rendered outtake and do that, but I'm not going to. But what you're gonna see here is I'm just kind of rotating the house to kind of look to see what see what kind of my ideal plans were, and I had audio wasn't quite showing up really well, so I'm kind of what you'll probably see here is that I was showing you that to create an edge, I can kind of do some of the things I can do cheap things with, but I was trying to decide on what kind of door I was going to use, so I'm going to kind of speed up the little bit of the door process, because I don't want to leave you guys hanging on for too long. I don't want to make it too long either of that episode, but you guys will see a second episode of this, because it's not quite finished. You guys won't quite see what I'm doing at the end. Okay, now here's where I'm still kind of deciding on what doors I wanted. When after I kind of sped this up, and I did put a but at the end, but I didn't realize that until after I looked at it, recording the audio, recording my voice anyway. As you can see, I'm kind of deciding on the door still, but I'm not. I'm kind of going through, and I ended up going with adorable, the adorable door. I didn't. I kind of went like that way. Felt like that it was good door to put in. It was cheap enough because I wanted to keep things somewhat cheap on the inside, because I didn't want to go too expensive on doors. I didn't want to go too expensive on windows either. I don't want to go on expensive on things, but sometimes I have to. Like if I want to I'm just putting some of the essential stuff in here. Next episode, you'll probably see me finish the bathrooms. You'll probably see me finish some of the other things that don't get done in this house, but probably don't get done. But, but as I'm putting in these doors, putting in the doors for the, kind of trying to make them equal here. I'm trying to kind of, you know, I'm trying to decide on that, and I kind of like the sense that I like to keep some things similar, some things, and as you can see, I don't have lights in yet. I don't have things that can see. It's not bright enough inside, side. So just bear with me here that most of the things that if you can't see quite right, you can't see everything in the house is because my OBS, because I forgot to set my OBS. I had to set my broadcasting system, my broadcast, my software that I use to stream, which you can find some of these things that you know, some of the things that you don't normally see, but we're kind of getting around that notion of the. I'm not kind of deciding on which archways I'm kind of putting in, and I kind of didn't feel like I'm just gonna speed. This episode is probably going to be about I'm gonna speed things up just because I'm not too keen. So I'm gonna speed this up while I try to decide on my windows and my door, Well, I'll try to decide on what things I'm going to. You might see this speed up. If you don't see it speed up, then it's not. Hopefully, you might see it speed up. But let's. I'm kind of. I don't think I want to. I'm gonna kind of. Um. I'm kind of doing is just kind of trying to. So I'm actually gonna speed this part up while I try to decide on what I'm planning on. You see, what I was trying to do is I changed the layout here. I had to because I was deciding on okay, I like the style of the the ones that look like the ones that you just saw that have the wood under it, but then it's like you know I don't like it. It didn't seem quite right, and I was still trying to adjust the fact that I needed to put a three because I have to keep it symmetrical. I have to keep somewhat symmetrical, but it's not going to be 100% symmetrical because you know it's the house. Not all houses are symmetrical, but I was trying to keep it somewhat. If I were to split the kitchen up in half with no furniture, nothing in it, no wallpaper, nothing, no flooring, just split right down the middle, and flipped it, I could do it. And that's what I was kind of going for. Going for. I don't know what I was doing with the front, but you, I did kind of make a mistake in the fact that I didn't quite. And I found that later on you'll see that there's a mistake put that I put over in the side, and you'll see that because normally I am gonna forgive me that my OBS isn't working quite right, so I had to. Because normally I can get the audio going. Normally I'll get that. And I'll make sure I test it next time before I start playing. Start, start messing around with the Sims. But as you can see here, I am going to remove. I know what I'm doing here. I have to sometimes see when I like to do things when I'm right there. But I'm putting in some of the. Trying to change the arches, putting in different archways, and I'm kind of trying to decide on what style I like. It's not the true style of what I want. As you see, I was trying to put in the big, so oversized, and then I kind of went down and decided, as you see, went and I put in. See, I went back to that style because, like, I have to see that style again. I have to see if I'm going to see if it looks interesting. And there was one point in the time where I was actually going to see, here, you see, I wanted to put it out like that, but it's like, I'm not going to use cheats just to I'm not going to use sheets except for the time when I have to put them into a house, and that's it. I'm just putting the basic necessities so that, okay, we have to have some form of entertainment. Okay, Sims have to have some form of entertainment. So, I kind of put a computer. I have to put a computer in there just so that they can have something to do. Something to do. I have to put in something to do for them. So, I can't quite do the things that I need to be putting in, but as you see, I went back and put some doors in because I was going to put doors in, and I'm going to kind of speed this process up until I get almost to the doors in. If you don't see it, then that is because if you miss something, I'm just gonna speed it up here, and we'll be right. Okay, well, right here, I actually decided I'm not gonna speed it up. I'm actually because it's like what I'm saying is like I'm gonna put windows, like I'm doing a couple of things here. Is after I was just fixing a door, I believe. I was just putting doors in, but it didn't take me long because I knew what doors I wanted, and so I was like, I just had. Oh no, I decided to change the aesthetics of the house. Trying to put in I just changed it basically the hallways to have archways, but I think that it's not a good idea to have that in a house when burglars can come in. But it's something that I can deal with. What right now I'm going to just right now I'm kind of see. Normally you would hear me what I was explaining on what I'm actually really trying to do here. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in some windows, and I'm going to speed up the process. I'm going to speed up this so that I can. I'm kind of it's kind of I recorded this about an hour and 60 minutes ago, minus the audio that I have to re-record for this. So it's kind of like I'm just gonna speed it up here so that I can kind of get some sleep. As you can see, I kind of sped up through a little bit of the selection process of now I'm trying to decide on what curtains I want to put in right in the main one of the main hallways, and in the hallways and in that, and some of it I was like I had like some of the things that were cheap were like I said I was gonna decide to do that, and I was like it's not quite what I wanted. They were static blinds, but they didn't quite match up to what I wanted, and I wanted to let some light in, but I wanted to put some blinds in so that it kind of gives that feel of sense of that's hiding, but it's not. And so I kind of go with the as I'm kind of deciding if I wanted to do this, and I was like, no, I gotta pick something else. Um I gotta put in the See, I was gonna go with the Hello Kitty thing, but it blocked the whole entire freaking thing. But which is normally some of the things that I have in here are normally I got for some girl things for my lady, and so for my kids when I have for my little girls when I have them. But I decided to go with the blinds that you normally find in like a window with your own house that you could pull down, and that you would find in a single window like that. So it's kind of so I went with those kind of type of blinds, and um, I'm kind of you know I'm gonna kind of go through and kind of buy things, going into the buy mode. I'm going into kind of how can I put this? I'm kind of putting it into perspective in that that I'm kind of looking through things that I'm going to build. I was going to look in building the kitchen first. And what you'll see here is that because I'm getting tired, I'm just going to speed the process up on what the kitchen looks like, on what the kitchen is, and I've decided to go with a modern style here. I went with a cheap end style of modern, as you can see here with the fridge fridge. And you'll probably see while I speed this up, you'll see me build a island with the move objects tool. But then again, I didn't like it, and because it needed to fit in something with like a dining room table, so I'm gonna kind of speed this up, process up, so that I can kind of see where we can, so I can kind of get to show you some of the other things in the house. Um, I will explain more easier tomorrow, more easier when I can on the next episode, but for now, I'm just going to speed this up. Now you can kind of see that I'm kind of looking at building, placing some windows, and I do that. But then I kind of realize that no, that you see that I'm kind of jumping around between rooms, so I'm just gonna kind of in the video you'll see an annotation to what I'm actually decided I'm going to build the living room, and then I went like later on I decided to what you're gonna see speed up is a patio out of out there, and you'll see me build a bedroom, and you'll see that I'm building a when you see that I'm just gonna speed it up and talk to you while it's being sped up. So you'll probably see here a break here for a second or two so that I can kind of rearrange. But as you can see, actually no, doing that right now. Is I'm kind of I'm putting the patio out, and you'll see that I don't do much flooring. You'll see flooring and wall coverings in the next episode. You normally won't see a lot of it, but you'll see some of it here when I try to change the style of the color of the doors. I was gonna do red, and then I was like, no, it doesn't look right. It's not the best idea to for the video to kind of have a that. So I kind of as you see here, I'm gonna speed this up a little bit to where I'm building a patio patio. So I'm just kind of deciding right now to build a patio where it is. And you'll kind of see me build a living room where I kind of pick like a good, nice, modern, nice house, nice things. The rest of this videos, I'm just gonna speed it up the rest of the way. Um, you'll see that I'm building a lot of, um, I'm not gonna. You'll see that I'm that the patio. Patio I don't have quite finished. I won't have quite finished yet at the end of this video. I won't have a lot of things finished, but you'll see that I have the um, how can I put this? You'll see that at the bed that I'll speed it up as right now is just up to the bedroom. I'll explain some of the things more in deep depth when I get wake up from my sleep, because right now it's kind of when I started recording this was about I would say about 11, and it's now like 1:01, about 1:10, about 1:15 to 15 a.m. So I kind of need to get my sleep. Kind of need to sleep. I I really can't stay up too late after midnight. Midnight, and I'm like, because normally I sit and watch TV shows, but I'm just gonna speed it up here. Well, what I'm saying is, I'm gonna speed it up here after I say that normally I just stay up just to watch Stephen Colbert, and I sit and watch those kind of shows. So as you see, I build a house now. I want to see what you guys think. See what you guys think before I start my next episode. See what you guys think of the house so far when it gets done here. I will kind of give you an image of kind of what the house looks like at the end, so you guys can see a better looking style of the house at the end of this. So I'm gonna speed this up here, and I will see you in the next episode. Please like and subscribe at the end of this video when you see the rest of what's getting done. Please like and subscribe on the house, and say what you like about it, and comment too if you'd like. You know, just do whatever you can. Just do whatever you want with the video. I really don't care, but those who feel like that they have dislike, please leave a comment why you disliked it, and see what I can do better about it. And I will see you in the next episode.